The Case of the Missing Duckie by Linda Hayward, illustrated by Maggie Swanson. The Case of the Missing Duckie. The day that Duckie disappeared was Ernie's birthday. Because it was a special day, Ernie had decided to spend it doing things he liked to do. And the thing he liked to do the most was take a bath with his rubber ducky. Right after breakfast, Ernie went into the bathroom and filled the bathtub with water. He put a brand new bar of soap in the soap dish and he hung a soft and fluffy towel on the towel rack. Ernie picked up his rubber ducky and gave him a little squeeze. "You know, rubber ducky," he said, "you are my very best friend. I could never take a bath without you. Who would I talk to if I felt lonely? Who would cheer me up if I got soap suds in my eye? Gee, rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you." Just then the telephone rang and Ernie went to answer it. "I bet someone is calling to wish me a happy birthday," he thought. He left rubber ducky on the stool in the bathroom. "Hello. Hi, Ernie. This is Big Bird. I just called to ask you a question. Are you going to be home at 2 o'clock this afternoon?" "Gee, Big Bird, I guess so," said Ernie. "What is happening at 2 o'clock this afternoon?" "Oh, nothing," said Big Bird. "I was just wondering if you were going to be home then. That is all. Well, goodbye, Ernie." Big Bird didn't wish me a happy birthday, thought Ernie. Maybe he doesn't know that today is my birthday. Gee, maybe no one knows today is my birthday. Oh well, I still have rubber ducky to keep me company. When Ernie returned to the bathroom, he had a strange feeling that something was missing. "Now, what could be missing?" he said. "I remembered the soap, I remembered the towel. Rubber ducky, what did I forget? Rubber ducky? Rubber ducky!" Ernie stared at the stool where he had left rubber ducky. Rubber ducky was gone! Ernie went back to the telephone. He called his friend Sherlock Hemlock, the detective. "Hello, Mr. Hemlock," said Ernie. "Something terrible has happened. I need a detective." "I'll be there in a minute," said Sherlock Hemlock. A minute later, there was a knock at the front door, and Ernie opened it. "It is I, Sherlock Hemlock, the world's greatest detective," said the man with the magnifying glass. "What seems to be the trouble?" "I was going to take a bath when I noticed that something was missing," said Ernie. Sherlock looked at Ernie very carefully. "Aha! I have it!" he cried. "Your clothes are missing." "My clothes are in the bathroom," Ernie explained. "Then I will begin looking for your clothes in the bathroom," said Sherlock. Ernie followed Sherlock Hemlock into the bathroom. "Gazooks! I have found the missing clothes!" cried Sherlock. "But my clothes were never missing," said Ernie. "The thing that is missing is the soap," said Sherlock. "No, not the soap," said Ernie. "The soap is right here. It is." "The bathtub!" cried Sherlock. No, not the bathtub," said Ernie. "It is rubber ducky that is missing." "Of course," said Sherlock. "Now I understand. It all fits together. The soap, the bathtub, the towel hanging on the towel rack. You were about to wash dishes when—" "I was about to take a bath," said Ernie. "You were about to take a bath," said Sherlock, "when your rubber ducky jumped out of the water." "No, it wasn't the rubber guppy," said Ernie. "Rubber puppy? Ruffled buggy? Duppy nucky?" said Sherlock in a puzzled sort of way. Ernie sighed sadly. "It's a cute, chubby little fellow named Rubber Ducky who is missing," said Ernie. "He disappeared while I was in the living room answering the telephone." "In that case," said Sherlock, "I shall call this the case of the missing ducky. And I shall begin solving this case by looking for clues in the living room." "Let me tell you about clues, Ernie," said Sherlock, as he inspected the telephone. "A clue can be as small as a scrap of paper or a piece of thread or a speck of dust. Sherlock looked at the wastepaper basket. He picked up a pincushion. He lifted the corner of the rug. Hi. Sherlock opened the closet door and poked around inside. A clue can be something that's so tiny that no one but a detective would notice it. He told Ernie, but Ernie did not hear Sherlock. He was on his way back to the bathroom to take his bath. I guess I'll just sit in the bathtub and look at the faucet and talk to the soap and, oh, what am I gonna do without Rubber Duckie? But Sherlock did not hear Ernie. He was still looking for a clue. And I, Sherlock Hemlock, the world's greatest detective, will go on searching for the missing rubber. Now, what was that I shall go on searching for? Asked Sherlock Hemlock. 10 minutes later, Ernie was still sitting in the bathtub, staring at the faucet and feeling sad because there was nothing sadder than being sad on your birthday. When Sherlock popped in carrying a big box full of rubber bands. The case of the missing rubber bands has been solved, said Sherlock. Gee, Mr. Hemlock, said Ernie, that's Bert's rubber band collection. His rubber band collection isn't missing. As Ernie was drying off, Sherlock stuck his head in the bathroom again. Here it is, he cried, the missing rubber plants. That's Bert's rubber plant, said Ernie. I didn't lose the rubber plant. How could I take a bath with a rubber plant? Ernie was just putting on his shirt when Sherlock appeared again. Sherlock's arms were full. I, Sherlock Hemlock, had found the missing rubber ball, the missing rubber raft, the missing rubber glove, and the missing rubber stamp. I am sorry, Mr. Hemlock, said Ernie, but none of those things is missing. Just then, Bert came into the bathroom. Hey, Ern, he said, have you seen my rubber stamp, my rubber glove, my rubber raft, my rubber ball, and my rubber plant, and my rubber bands? They are missing. Everything is in here in the bathroom, Bert, said Ernie. Everything except Rubber Duckie. Agah! Cried Sherlock. Don't tell me that Rubber Duckie is missing too. Finally, Sherlock decided to stop searching for clues in Bert's room and went into the kitchen. Gazooks! He cried and examined the walls. Green fingerprints, pink fingerprints, yellow fingerprints. This can only mean one thing. Some green, pink, and yellow monsters stole your Rubber Duckie. Sherlock decided to hide in the living room closet and wait for the green, pink, and yellow monsters to return. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the doorbell rang and Ernie went to see who was there. Everybody was there. Surprise! They all shouted. We brought you a birthday party, said Big Bird. That's why I wanted to know if you would be here at 2 o'clock. It was a wonderful birthday party. There was presents and lots of big fat balloons. Green balloons, pink balloons, yellow balloons. Zounds! Cried Sherlock as he opened the closet door and walked right into a bunch of balloons. I have found the green and pink and yellow monsters. No, Mr. Hemlock, those are balloons for Ernie's birthday party, said Big Bird. Ah, I have it. These are the balloons for Ernie's birthday party, said Sherlock. If only Rubber Duckies could be here, said If only Rubber Duckie could be here, said Ernie. He likes birthday parties too. Don't worry, Ernest. I, Sherlock Hemlock, will soon solve the case of the missing ducky. But first, I must solve the case of the missing cake. If this is a party, where is the birthday cake? The kitchen door opened and Cookie Monster came out carrying the big birthday cake covered with green and pink and yellow frosting. And right in the middle of the frosting sat Rubber Duckie! Cried Ernie. I am glad to see you. Happy birthday, dear Ernie. saying, everybody, happy birthday to you. Me borrow rubber ducky for birthday cake, said Cookie Monster. Ah, cried Sherlock, I have it. Cookie Monster brought a rubber ducky for the birthday cake. I, Sherlock Hemlock, have solved yet another case. Don't be a monster. Be a lovable Sesame Street watcher. Watch it every weekday on your public television station. The end.
What is that ball?